Hello everyone, welcome to my first tutorial video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys how to make a simple button using Recom Studio. The button is using a GTA font. I'll put the link to where I got that in the description, along with a panel that I made myself. The button is right over here. When you click the button, you can see the black silhouette in the background, or the gray silhouette, and then it functions just like any other button would in Rec Room. So let's get right into that. So once you're here in Recom Studio, you first want to start by creating an empty. Once you've done that, you can name it whatever you want, but for this example, I'm going to call it button. Then once you've created your empty, you can drag that down here into your project folder. Once it's in your project folder, you double click on the button, and then you can right click button over here on the hierarchy, and then you go down here to UI, and then for this example I'm going to make a panel for my button panel I made, and then you can see I can't really drag this over here because it's not a sprite, so I'm going to click on my button panel here and change the texture type to a sprite. Click apply. So now if I go over here on my panel again, I can drag it over there, and it's now a button panel. But it doesn't really look right. It doesn't look how it's supposed to. So I got to set it back to its native size. It's down here in the corner, so I'm going to reset a property over here on the rect transform. I'm going to reset property, then position. That puts it right back in the middle. If you try moving anything with this canvas, it won't do anything. So you got to go down on your canvas here. You got to go down to render mode and change it to world space because you're using world space and not screen space. Now if you try changing any of this, it should work properly. So you can line up everything with your button, make it canvas fit. It might move with the thing, with the canvas. You can just reset it back again. Set that to its normal position and reset the panel back to its position. So now it's back in the center. Now if you want to add a component to your button you created at the beginning, and give it the Recom object component. Along with the Recom object component, you want to give it a box collider, so you can touch it with your Mega Pen once you're in Recom. And then you want to drag that to the edges of your button, your panel. And then once you finish that, we can go into the next step. So once you've finished making your box collider around your button there, you want to make sure that the Recom object physics mode is decorational, or else you won't be able to click the button. So once you've finished all of that, you can right click on your panel again, and then go down here to UI, and add Button Text Mesh Pro. And then you can see the button is there. But I don't really need the text since I have the GTA text before, so I'm going to delete that. Same with the button panel, it also has to be a sprite. So I'm going to change the texture type on my previous one to a sprite. Then I can change the button, just like the one before, change it to the text. Set back to native size, then scale it down to fit the button. Once you've done that, go up here to your canvas and give it the canvas, Rec Room Studio canvas interaction. Make sure it's interactable, so you can interact with it while you're in the game. Then come down here to your button you added. Scroll down to where you see on click, and then add to the list. This adds a new function that you can make on click. And for us to be able to click in game, you want to drag your original button down here for the object. Then give it the Recom object send circuits event string. This will send an execution to into Rec Room as soon as you click the button in the game. I'm going to call this send test example. So once you've done that, you go up here to button, and then update object boards for all prefab instances. This updates the object board in the game, so all of the pins are made on the object board. So once you've done that, you can go back here to the scene, and then you gotta find where it is. You can see it's quite large. So I gotta go down here to my example, no, button, and you can shrink this down. Once you've shrunk that down, you can move it to wherever you need it to be. Once you've got it to the place where you want it to be, that's about it. You just got to upload to RecNet once you've done that. And once that finishes, I'll show you how to hook up the Hello World like I did with the previous button. So once the build is done, it says the new build is able to play in Rec Room, you can go back to Rec Room. Then you go to this room, and then you click the restore icon, then load the new save that you just uploaded. Shouldn't take too long for it to finish. And then once you come over here, you can see your button should be in here, and there should be a circuit just on top of the button there. And you can see it says send test example, just like I called it. Also, if you want to try to move this once you get on Rec Room, you will have to go behind it and move it, because you can interact with the front of it. So you might be a bit buggy with that. So for it to say hello world like I did there, you just add a chip called show subtitle, player show subtitle. And you connect that to the button, and then name the subtitle hello world. So now that you click the button, it should say hello world. Thank you guys so much for watching this tutorial. If you have any other tutorial requests, please let me know in the comments. If you have any questions, feel free to message me on Rec Room as well. My @ is Trevor0, @Trevor0. Thank you guys so much. Have a good rest of your day.